Black Wall Street Lexington Incorporated is all about strengthening our local Black economy. Our businesses must have a fighting chance to exist. We urge you to download the BWS LEX app from the Google Play Store. It's a free Black business directory for Lexington. We don't discriminate. We welcome everyone to support local Black businesses because you'll be helping to lower unemployment, henceforth making the streets safer for all. Next time you patron a Black-owned establishment, be sure to tell them Black Wall Street sent you.
I'd like to make sure that your seatbelts are fastened.
Peace and blessings to you all. This is Director Raheemah Raheem in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Black Wall Street USA. We're welcoming everyone to our October the 1st Black Wall Street agenda, first Black Wall Street meeting we're having in the month of October. And so we're welcoming you all, and we're going to open up in prayer, and we would ask that our administrative assistant open us up in prayer. Administrator Karen Reese, please.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for another day, another opportunity. You are allowing us to gather together, like-minded people to come together, Father God, to take on the task, the Trail of Cheers. Father God, we ask that you would direct us. Your word says that we acknowledge you in all our ways, lean not to our understanding, you will direct our path. We're asking you to direct our path. We ask you to let there be light in areas that we need light. We thank you for uncommon favor that's being revealed to us. We thank you that strategy is coming together, Lord God. And we ask that you would bless this event because your word says that whatever we touch, you shall prosper. And we thank you, Lord God, for the great project that you're allowing to be created in us will take place in 2026. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you for that beautiful prayer, Sister Administrator Karen Reese. And now we're ready for the 7 spirits that we want to have in shape so that we can be successful in whatever we do. And I want to ask our event planner for the west of the Mississippi, Miss C.C. Moreland, if she would like to do the 7 spirits.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Hello, everyone. So we have Spirit of the Lord, Spirit of wisdom, Spirit of understanding, Spirit of counsel, Spirit of power, Spirit of knowledge, Spirit of the fear of God.
Very good. Thank you very much. We do appreciate that. And we would ask for the 8 steps that every business person should have in place or be working on getting in place. And we'll ask that Ms. Sharon Lovelace, the administrator for the Southeast region, to share those 8 steps with us.
Good evening. The 8 steps to the kingdom building is to have the right spirit, to recognize districts, to have measurable objectives, to evaluation, capacity of analysis, the feasibility, the legislation, and the Black Wall Street proposal for the future.
Thank you so much for that. When you're building a business, and she said to kingdom building, because everything you do should be in going in the direction of God, or for the goodness of God, or for the enhancement of whatever God has asked us to do. Thank you so much. I would like to share the mission for Black Wall Street USA, as designed by or recommended by Dr. Carter. And basically for the global Black Wall Street USA, the mission is to advance the kingdom of God, enhance and elevate. For Oklahoma, or let's say for the Trail of Tears, the mission is to advance to Tulsa, Oklahoma, enhance the knowledge of your higher self, your lower self, and your environment, and to elevate the universe. The mission for Oklahoma is to advance to Tulsa, North Tulsa, enhance your knowledge of yourself and your kind, and to elevate your family, your community, and your environment upon your return home. I'd like to give a brief overview of what our major project is, and that is we are doing a Trail of Tears 2 from Florida to Indian Territory, which is now has been changed into a state and since 1906 and is now called Oklahoma, and which means in one of the native languages, land of red people. And the states that we plan to involve in this trail would be from Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, maybe stopping into South Carolina, Tennessee, Illinois, Mississippi, Missouri, and Arkansas. The next, after the overview, we would like for each person on the line to introduce himself or herself, the name of one of the businesses or project that you're working on right now. You only have time for one. And any other pertinent information you'd like to give, like about your family, anything you can do in 1 minute, that'll be fine, because we want to be able to get out on time. And you can discuss that a little further down. So I will begin by introducing myself as a interim director, Raheem in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The business that I would like to highlight today is the Mentoring Clinic, which is a program for young men of color who are ready to work on improving their lives by becoming aware of how powerful their body and mind is, and how much they can progress when they are in sync with each other, to improve their critical thinking skills and change eating habits and evaluate artificial intelligence, and to redirect the potential use of both their mind power and their social skills by discovering who they really, really are. And the project that, of course, I'm promoting is the Trail of Tears for today. The thing is that we want to have as many young people as we can on that. And because I've gotten some new information about mental health, especially for youth, I would like to, it will give us a great opportunity to promote our mentoring clinic program, and maybe change the K to a C, so it'll be have the necessary scientific, the necessary professionals that we need for that. I'm a mother with 6 children, 7 grandchildren, and 2 great grandchildren. Thanks for letting me share the mentoring clinic.
I'll go next. I'm
Thank you.
Karen Reese. I'm Vice State Director of Black Wall Street, Texas. I'm a coach for Stage One in Action. And the business I'm going to highlight today is Stage One in Action. It is an organization that support and provide resources for young entrepreneurs, kids who want to start businesses. And we come alongside them and coach them in different areas that they may need coaching in the business that they're going to do. And also, just want to highlight that October the 15th is the tax deadline for those who have not filed their taxes and need to file their taxes. I also have a business core fast tax. And then I also am a documentary. So how I'm tied into Trail of Tears, I hope to be able to do the documentary of us doing the Trail of Tears as we journey back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing and informing us that you are working on the documentary for the trail. So if you got a little comment, you want to make sure you get it together and find out who Karen Reese is. Next, is there anyone else who'd like to share their business and who they are? Or you can just introduce yourself. Okay. We have a few people on the line, you know, like they say, if you want something done, ask a busy person. So they're also on another conference call as well as this one. So they're jumping in and out and may not be able to share, but I'm sure you'll hear something from them later. Okay. Are there anybody would like to give a committee report, or discuss what's going on in your state so far, as the Trail of Tears is concerned?
I just want to report we got information from Black Wall Street because they are a nonprofit. And so instead of us going to create a whole nother nonprofit, we're going to open up a bank account under them, and it's going to be called the Trail of Tears. And then we would have 2 to 3 people that are going to be signers, and then have a bookkeeper. And then we will report back to Black Wall Street all the expenses and the money that comes in, uh, to account for um, the whole project. And so we got information on that. So now we just have to find what bank that's going to be, so we can get those signers to go into those banks in order to get their name on the account, so we can get the account open, so we can soon start for fundraiser or sponsorship or whatever we need to do, and have a place for the money to come into the bank account. So we are working with Black Wall Street to get that together. So I just wanted to report on that.
Okay, well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, that reminds me, we need to have a business meeting so we can list, and talk about the transparency and all that. So so we thank you for that. Is Dr. Shuford on?
Yes, she is. Yes,
Okay.
she is.
And so, Dr. Shuford, would you mind introducing yourself, what you're working on at this time? Anything that relates to Trail of Tears 2, and kind of give us actually an overview of what that's about. Some people don't really know what the Trail of Tears 2 is. And there's a shy person on who will not say who they are. So maybe they'll need this reminder. Dr. Shuford? And so Dr.
No, you're
Shuford,
still muted. You're still muted, Doctor. Oh, she's trying to see how to.
unmute, yeah.
Yeah, she's working on that.
Okay, so while she's working on that,
Then maybe Cece can go ahead and report.
well, yeah, if she can, or do you want to report while Dr. Shuford's trying to get in?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
And while she's doing that, Miss Reese, would you check with Dr. Shuford and try to help her out, if you can? Just
Uh,
just mute yourself and okay. All right, Miss Moreland, you're on. You got the floor.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Event planner for the Trail of Tears is coming along quite nicely. I've been talking and reaching out to a few of the state leaders, Lawrence, and also Dr. Shuford, and just learning so much. We had a great call last Sunday evening. Kind of went over, but let's see, Dr. Schufert introduced us to some very interesting people.
Mhm.
But everything is lining up. We have pretty much the calendar is pretty much full for the month of May. So still have a few more things to work on. Uh, so what we're doing is we're building relationships with a planning, event planning that is already happening in the state. And so we just kind of collaborate with them and then we'll start planning our own events from the 24th, between the 24th and June 1st. So everything is just coming along quite nicely.
Okay, great, great. Thank you very much for that report.
Hmm.
Mr. Peterson, would you like to share with us one of your businesses and how that may be able to plug into the Trail of Tears too? And basically,
Yes, ma'am. My name is Ed Peterson, Global Touch Enterprise. I'm a web design and marketing company based, of course, out of Houston, Texas. I'm still in Virginia Beach, Virginia right now, though. I've been here for over a month now, helping my mom out. And what I'm doing now, just got through with some trainings that I'm doing with being an AI generalist, as I say. So basically, I have my certification with Outscale. I've just completed that 24-hour course that they gave us. It was straight. Just kind of continue helping our entrepreneurs, churches, nonprofit organizations across the country how to build and grow their network and continuing to educate our young people through stage one in action as a director of training, since that's my title there now with them, helping all of our ambassadors as well as our coaches to grow, open up their resource centers, and kind of continue to uplift and educate everybody on the skill sets in our communities where nobody lacks anything. Back to you.
oh, that sounds great. Now, give us the name of the one that you just got the certification for, please, slowly.
Oh, sure. It's called Outscale, which I have my certification as a AI we call it a generalogist, a generalogist.
Oh,
So basically, that gives us my opportunity to use specific tools because there's over 500 different types of AI tools you can use. And I've said that right, 500. So uh, based on learning, teaching businesses and organizations skill sets so they don't have to do a lot of the work themselves or hire anybody. They can have their agents or AI agents to go out and do the work on their behalf, as well as putting together email campaigns, whether it's marketing campaigns, whether it's doing research for things that they need research on. And I kind of remember when we had them encyclopedias back in the day, we used to do the researches with that. But now we got AI doing researches on our behalf, so that does 90% of the work, but your 10% is just very small.
yes, very good. Um, I just want to warn, we don't, well, say live as though you're going to live as though you're going to live forever and live as though you're going to die tomorrow. So we don't know what time we're going, and we don't even know what time the AI is going. So I just want to warn everybody, if the grid goes down, you still may have to use those encyclopedias. So please don't throw them away. um, Now, one of the things is there anyone else who is willing to share what they're doing and how it can impact our trail or our visit to Tulsa?
Miss Raheemah, it's V.
Yes, he is.
Here in
Okay.
Houston. Hey, so I will say I'm still on the other call. I've been with
Okay.
our attorneys, some national attorneys, for the last few days, and we're going over some things because even from Houston, I might have to end up suing our city, our county, our state on behalf of the people for allowing these properties to be gotten away from them while we work to go to court and get these properties back. But as it relates to Oklahoma, and since we'll be talking about narrating, especially since Oklahoma and Texas are both, say, tax deed states, where when you actually invest in property, in tax liens, you get a property. Now remember, all these properties are paid off, so they have no mortgage. But they're pushing affordable housing to no end here, as well as a lot of tax deed states, because but it's not good for the people because the people already have a home. Let's help them retain what they've got because they got to start over and they can't afford the interest rates. But I'm saying all that to say this: we're putting together something that we can do in this region before, or it may be necessary to go ahead and put a TRO out there. I want to put a trespassing order on the entire city for allowing these properties. Mean you pause what you're doing. You stop giving these properties to these developers, and you stop, you're doing everything except. But I'm saying by that time, who knows? Since Oklahoma and Texas are similar in that, we may be able to have found. Now, we're not talking about back during the massacres when people just walked right into our properties after we were unalived and after we were run off, because it took the cooperation of the entire county, meaning the county clerks. Things weren't digitized then. They were written in books. So everybody was in on it. They knew the gal was going to lie. They knew what was going to happen. They knew all the things that were going. It was planned. And so maybe by the time we get there, we will have constructed something that we can announce in Tulsa, as far as how we're going to use some federal laws here in this region to attack, or let's just say to counter what our local government is doing. Maybe the same thing can be done there as well. So not the ones, because I'm not saying we can't do anything about the properties that were stolen since 1921. There is a supremacy clause, and there are a couple of more laws out there that we don't use that we may be able to utilize. It's going to take a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of time, and makes more sense for exposure. No judge is going to make these properties be given up, but there's a way you can still get those old records, and if those records are not destroyed, you can still make those people pay for at risk of being exposed. But I mean, not to take up all the time there, but this is what I'm kind of working on. But by the time we get by next year, time we get this going and get there may be some things that we can do and challenge, that I can tell the people about, that they could challenge, before we leave. So I'm kind of working on that. Haven't said a whole lot about it because I got to get Houston under wraps first. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going with that as well for Oklahoma.
Okay, very good. And I'm going to start with you because just about everybody on this line, they're either organizing or they're in charge of they have a position, or they're either doing something or they're doing a workshop. So I just wanted you to list the workshop that you're planning on doing.
Okay. Okay, then. We'll talk first. Let's get together on some facts first. Let's make sure. Here's the thing. We have to be saying the same thing throughout the entire program, the entire,
right. But we just want to know
I'm
the
saying,
name.
but we got to, I don't know yet, because it depends on which way we're going.
So you know how you're going to name it?
We have to be uniform on what we're doing on the facts first. And then I'll know what to call it, So yeah, I mean, I know what to call it, but that's because I haven't. I need to talk to you again so we can kind of be on the same page as far as the facts of some of these things, so we can be saying the same thing.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
It's just a workshop that you're going to be doing. So whatever the workshop you're going to be doing,
okay, yeah,
we'll just say V.
Okay,
so let's.
Well, maybe we can talk this week. I kind of pin some stuff and send it to Dr. Little and Karen to see what they think about it.
Okay.
And then depending on what they think, we'll just go ahead and put that down, and I'll do a presentation slide and everything.
Okay,
for that.
great.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's go to Dr. Shuford. Were you able to get in yet, Dr. Shuford?
Can you hear me?
He's
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I did it on my
We
phone.
can
I
hear
forgot.
you now.
Get one straight and the other one breaks up.
Yeah, let me turn off the computer. Maybe that'll be better.
I think it's on Mother Rahima's end. I think you're okay. We can hear you fine, Dr. Shufer. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me again and letting me update you guys on a couple of things we did go over.
You talking?
Yes, she's talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, Sister Raheemah,
Can't hear
while
you.
she's talking. I'm gonna mute you, okay?
You're fine now. We got you now. Go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Shufer, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Following up on our previous conversation, there's a lot of opportunities that came to the table. You can hear me?
Yes, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay.
You're good. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
there's like somebody talking or an echo, so I wasn't sure.
It's
Yeah,
crazy because Sister Raheemah is muted, but somehow it's still
she's
coming
still coming
through.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's on a computer and a phone,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
Let me.
Go.
Okay, so basically, what's going on is I've spoken to a couple of people, especially locally here, that have to do with the indigenous community as well as other aspects of historical significance, and everyone's excited. What they're asking me is to please bring forth some kind of advertisement, flyer, electronical, solid, so they can pass it on to their groups, and also what pertains to keeping the community aware, so that certain calendars, the information can be placed way ahead of time. Because here in Florida, and I don't know the rest of the country, this is the season where the snowbird with tourism starts from the month of September all the way into sometimes February, April. So right now, the more information we gather, and the more I can place it in different calendars, the greater the strength of support and ability. We don't want to just be able to do a documentary and send it to you guys, but we want to make the community aware and responsible. But this is a legacy that has to happen, and it has to happen with all in concern. So I'm so excited that I was telling this beautiful sister of ours today, Cece, this week, that it's funny. A lot of entities that are how should I say, non-millennial like us, have come forward and said, it's time for us to tell the truth. It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to show support. And it is time for us to be able to come together. And I was very surprised and taken. Even today, I was called from Mississippi, and there were two other people that heard about it and said they're in. So it's a matter of getting the support. Maybe everybody can be on the 12th tier exposition or be directly involved, but there's many that want to brand and promote what we're doing and justify the mean that the time has come. I don't know why my system is doing this. The time has come for this information to be broadly exposed and supported. So
Okay.
I'm very happy about that. And that was just through my travels that I did in the 5 states, as well as coming back to the state of Florida. Now, what is realistic about the whole thing is that the continuing aspect of this project is on a weekly basis. So we can build, we can explain. I'm trying to bring in people on board that have extended opportunities to get us support. I believe, and I was telling Sissy that I would like to create 4 packages towards and about the event, where we can have people sponsor the mileage that we reach, or sponsor a particular one of Black Wall Street's ancestors or something, but make it engaging, exciting, and make people own up to what we're doing way before next year, because it's now the next 2.5 months, or the next 2 months, is what's going to determine the success of the entire event next year. Because if we lock in and we have the correct resources and financial means in place before the year ends, it's smooth sailing after that. I hope people understand what I'm saying and maybe agree with what I'm saying. We don't want to be running and begging. No, 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 no. We want to make sure that this year it's going on 2.5 or a month. Yeah, 2.5 months that I've been involved. And what I've been doing was studying, learning, see people's reaction, receptiveness of it. And it's nothing but positiveness, whether they're white, black, or Hispanic, or Haitian, or whatever. Everyone that I've come across find this timely, excited, and finally somebody or a group of people is coming together, doing something about it, but most important, inviting the whole community. Because as you know, there's hundreds of Black Wall Street programs all over the United States, but they're all about their inclusiveness of their benefit and residual. This is a special situation where it's directly involved and it's about all the people. And as you know, and I'll mention to you guys, and as I spoke to Dr. Carter, with all due respect, I am that entity that is the entity that's bringing the inclusiveness. That's being the entity that is bringing in the foreign, bringing in the Hispanic, bringing it. So my position, my
Yes.
lineage, my support is to make those entities that are not aware. I've had people from South America call me, Central America call me because they know I was involved and say, we don't know nothing. We want white people over there, so-called, whatever you want to call it, say, we are interested. We want to know about it. I even did a talk show in Spanish about Black Wall Street. You know, I did another talk show in Louisiana, a WHIV about Wall Street, and it was blowing them away because they thought that we were just about vending. We were just about, promoting it, getting tourism to go there. I said, no, this is not what it's about. It's about the lineage and the heritage being respected, built on, expanded, and everyone in place benefiting. And we do it as the Bible says, we do it as God says, where there's two or more in his name and glory, that's where I'm going to be. So what we got to decide is how we're going to move forward. Are we going to move forward because this is just a program or a project that we have? Or is we moving forward because this is a passion and a deliverance and a need and something that everybody's gravitating to it? So there shouldn't be no exclusion of anyone that may not look like us, act like us, or press through us. What we have to make sure is that everyone is respecting and supporting, because you never know who's who and who they know. And because I did that, I have people in the crypto industry, I have people in the medical field, I have people that are doing universal stuff that are saying, sure, let us know, send us invites or information. And that's all we want to do, spread the word, and it'll carry itself. Make sense?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
it makes
Absolutely.
sense. And I kind of feel like I need to fly to Florida and do an interview with you.
Come, baby. Baby girl, come. I'm a good Cuban cooker.
And
I
add
want
you
to call Miss
to,
Cheryl Lovelace because I didn't think she got a chance to make any input
Yes,
from
please.
Georgia,
yes.
Florida. Miss Lovelace, you still there?
I'm from Florida.
Okay,
I'm Cheryl Lovelace,
my
Southeast
assistant,
Regional.
Miss
That's okay.
Reese. Can
And you
you?
panhandle, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Cheryl Lovelace. I'm the Southeast Regional Administrator. I'm trying to find information on how to do the fundraiser. I was trying to get some information. If any of you could help me. I did reach out to a fundraiser to help with the Trail of Tears, but I don't know how to go about it. If anybody knows, can you guys please either call me or email me? I'll put my number in the chat. And that's what we're trying to do here in the Southeast region, part of the Southeast in Florida. We're trying to come up with a fundraising project. And I put in the chat also, October the 13th is observed as an Indigenous holiday. Everyone can take off on that day. It was once known as Columbus Day, but they call it an Indigenous Day.
What day of the week is that?
It's on next Monday.
This Monday coming up?
The next Monday.
Oh, yes, Monday.
October the 13th.
Okay.
I
Okay,
just wanted to share.
Monday. Thank you for that. Yeah, we need, Dr. Schufer, you think we could plan something for that?
I will be honored.
Good. Well, just let us know because that's the day that Dr. Carter has the AI meeting or whatever, and that's kind of sometimes they don't meet, so we might be able to use the regular time for that Monday. So we'll announce that next week.
Well, you
Okay.
know, I have a platform where there's called StreamYard, right? And so we can go live on 8 different pages all at the same time. So I can create a flyer and say, hey, we're finna celebrate Indigenous Day, and then have we can have at least 10 people on the on the dashboard, and we can go live on our Facebook page, on YouTube, all at the same time. And at that time, we can educate them on what Indigenous is, and that this is us celebrating it. And so we can kind of do a whole live on it. And then we can post little video. We can do a whole little production of the celebration of it. And we can take that content. Once we do it, we can take it and break it up into little reels, and we can put little snippets of pieces that are on social media.
Yeah,
So
that,
do that.
that- yeah, that sounds great. I don't know how long it'll take you to do that, but I would ask, since you have I would say, Dr. Shuford has the transportation and you have the wheels to get it out. So would you connect with Dr. Shuford, please? And then you all
Yeah.
work on that. So, and then next Sunday, you'll be able to report on that. So,
Yes, and Miss
okay,
Yeah,
Cheryl.
yeah.
Miss
And we
Cheryl
can have
too.
different people come on, Dr.
right.
Shu, that we're like interviewing. We can
Yeah,
have them come on. And
I can.
like I say,
Yeah, I
so
can
you
have
can
that.
let me know your page, you can connect your page or whatever pages. And when we're live, we're gonna be live on all those pages at the same time.
Okay, you and me need to connect, and I guess Miss Lovelace before all that, like ASAP, tomorrow, whatever. Because the sooner we connect, the greater is the
Right.
ease of you doing what you got to do, and you have everything ahead of time.
Yeah.
I would love to have you cannot tell the story without starting with the beginning. So I would love to talk about how all this started and all the misconception, all the lies and
Mhm.
everything. Even with the state of Florida plays a major role in
Mhm.
Columbus Day, and how I fought back with them. But yeah, yeah, they found out about me because I also have a museum. You can look it up. I have a Caribbean museum, and they found out about me, and they asked me, request me to put the Columbus logo in everything that I did.
They
And
asked the wrong person.
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, look here. No, let me tell you about the person you want me to put it. First of all, he's dead. He's dead. And second of all, he hurt everybody. Okay, and there's a misconception. So some of the black people that you say he brought to America were actually came from North Carolina, came from other parts of Florida, came from York, and went to the island. He picked those buds up and dropped them here like, oh, look what all I brought. When you know it's impossible to bring so many people across the strait for so many days and so many months, and they're still alive. Don't go there with me.
Oh,
So
wow.
Okay,
yep,
Sister Shirley Lovelace, can you make, I think it would be a good idea since, for right now, just go with whatever is scheduled. And so Dr. Carter has a meeting scheduled for Monday. His regular meeting is on Monday. And if Mr. Nathan Daly is not available, it's just like open time. So we'll plan it for then, the next meeting that you'll have. So you can all get together and have the same, same mindset. You may not have enough information, but you'll have what you're planning on doing, who you're planning on contacting, and what photos you might have that you want to share with Ms. Reese to project. And so if we did that on Monday, that would be great, because then you would get started. Then you could go back, because you're not in one accord yet, because you're not sure about everything that you're going to be doing for that piece. But I think since Ms. Reese is used to doing this, she'll give you some directions, and then Dr. Shuford and Ms. Lovelace, since she's in that neck of the woods, can help with that. So anybody who wants to work with them on that, just be sure you're on Dr. Carter's call on Monday, because I'm certainly going to call him about it. And if he has something to present, he can present, because I'm sure he'll give us some of the time and we'll be able to go over it. How's that sound?
That sounds good. They have given me access to over 50 Black Wall Street pages. So I think the first thing is creating that flyer talking about the celebration. And so I will go and post it on all 50 of those pages saying that we're going to go live, we're going to celebrate. on that day. I will get with Dr. Schufer and we'll figure out who's going to be on the call and then let them know how they can watch us when we go live.
Yeah.
So it's pretty, it can be done.
Yeah, and Miss Lovelace is a good connect because she's dependable, and there's some people on here that are not, that in her neck of the woods that she needs to get information to because the East Coast is critical, especially Georgia and Atlanta. They're critical because that's where we're beginning. So we have to really get out what they're planning on doing and about the indigenous people, because a lot of people, it'll be great for everybody because all of us went to school and we heard different stories read different stories in the history books. So it'll be great to come out with that. And also people who are interested in doing research papers, that's from the third grade on up to postgraduate school, because even in some schools, third grade, the school my children went to, they learned to do a research paper in the third grade. So we need to, and the Montessori schools, they also start research papers, I think third grade. So we need to push that so that when these children go are free for the summer, they'll have something that they can do to present when they go back to school the following year. Now, is there anyone who did not present, who may have come in late and didn't present who they are, what their business is, and their interest in Black Wall Street USA? Anyone?
Dr. Little, I want to hear from her.
Well, she was on another call. I don't know if she's back
Oh.
yet.
Okay.
She floats in and out. So if somebody will text her and tell her we'd like to get her information when she has time to float back in, that would be great. Oh yeah, Dr. Little, if she has time, I'm sure she'll be a part of that call. Anybody you think that might be important or being have something to share for that. I mean, I can't think of a better advertising technique, Mr. Reese, than what you're saying.
Yeah, and at that time we can create emails, say to go click this link to get on the mailing list for when more information come out, you'll be the first to know. It's almost like the introduction. We need to even have a code where if they want to donate right then and there, we can have these packages developed. She was okay. We can say the mileage. We can say the food, hotel, you create the different packages or whatever it is.
Per
Say it again.
ancestor,
Say
according
it
to their
again.
also we can ask to be donated according to the ancestors industry, like like the cosmetology, the attorneys. We got to go after these attorneys, these accountants, and say, well, this ancestor was an attorney, this ancestor was a cosmetologist. All of you who are beautician, support this. They're the one that paid the way,
Right.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. And
Okay.
have that kind of stuff available when we go live in case people like, how can I donate? We need to have it available when we go live. So
Okay, so I'll talk with
now and
Dr.
then work on
Carter.
that.
Oh, that's tomorrow, right? I'll have to talk to him this evening so he can, he's already given his opinion of how we think we should do it. But I think that if there's if the East Coast has well, actually, Dr. Schufert, well, we talked about, we haven't gotten all the details tight, so I don't want to go into that right now. But we will have, whatever we have, it will be designed in a transparent way, where if you made a donation or you made if you made a donation or your, what's the word? An in-kind donation, not in-kind, but the donation that you might want to make, maybe you want to donate. We'd like to have, like I know in my hometown, they always have a parade the early part of May. And I was thinking if the parade, if we having a parade in Tulsa, and the winner of that parade, those children, if one would sponsor them, that's the word I want, sponsorships. If someone would sponsor them, the winner of the parade could have a free trip to Oklahoma, and that would really, excite a lot of young people, and as well as doing research. We want to include research papers as well. and have students present their research, but that'll take a while. So let me say this again, the movement is this: those who live east of the Mississippi will be concentrating on the trail because they will be jumping on the trail somewhere in one of those states all the way up to Arkansas. The people on the west of the Mississippi, they will be concentrating on what's going on in Oklahoma. For example, we want to have some decent food. And I remember Dr. Shuford mentioned a group out of, I think, Missouri that may be able to assist us with that. Also, housing. We need a person, Doctor, for the hotel we plan to stay in, Dr. Shuford. We want somebody to be we want a native person because they probably could get a better deal. For those who want to be in a hotel, and they were working on some other places. But I remember you told us about the Convoy of Hope, and I thought that was on the east side. So,
Yes.
yeah, so if we can, I mean, on the west side, west of the Mississippi, right? Isn't it Missouri somewhere?
Actually, the Convoy of Hope came through the east side. It went through Florida. They go all over this country. They go all over the country.
Okay, so we want some foods, we want some food coming from as close as possible so we can feed the people.
If I may interject, my nonprofit, we do a lot of feeding. We fed from all the major food distributions that are certified. And actually, I became, and my partner became, the only agency that had received a major grant from USDA to distribute food during Corona here in Florida. We fed all the students, all the hospital, and everything. So if you permit me to, I can look into all these agency, governmental or private, like Feed America and all of them. And that's why, the letter, I'm still working on it because I want to hear all that you guys need. So when I get back this letter immediately, I'll have the resources and I'll have the rights to go advocate. And I already have relationship with them, but they want to know, this is not for me, then who is it for? And what are they doing?
Right.
And it's all about branding them, because when they get these grants to distribute food to us or send us truck, I can send them to Oklahoma on this day. I can send them to Mississippi on that day. They understand that the logistic that we're requesting from them is sound, and it comes from sound certified entities.
Exactly. That's very good.
My agency will be in Florida. I've done a lot of feed with the state attorney's office, with everybody. So, I'm known to do that, the congresswoman, but I need to have viable representation on documents. Somebody can pick up the phone and say, hey, we know Lorna, we know her organization, but are you guys on board with her? Because there's always, that's how it is.
Right. And so we're going to finalize this letter. I sent you a letter that you all never got. I don't know but anyway, I'm here with my daughter and I'm going to make sure I tighten these up and you'll have these letters.
May I once again verify and validate the email that you have, or do you want me to give you the email again?
Okay, give it to us again so everybody will have it.
Okay, what I'm going after, because I'm updating what I'm doing, under my organization, Little River Historical Culture and EDC, I have a program now. It's called Global SOS Now. And I'm introducing that to all the agencies that provide support and help and everything. So I want it to become a stable, and I want us to use that. So it's Global SOS Now. Global SOS Now for us at gmail.com.
Wait a minute. Global SOS Now. What comes after now? Us?
For us.
For the number 4 or F4?
Yeah. You can it makes it easy. Just use the other one that have Global SOS Now at Gmail. That'll be easier. But you're not gonna remember For Us Now. That'll be too much.
Okay, yeah. And so on Monday, if you want to change or anything, the Monday is like tomorrow. So so if you want to change or anything, you're welcome to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So tighten up or whatever else you want to add to that, that would be great. And then if you would check with Sister Aziza and her husband to see if they can be on tomorrow. What Dr. Dr. Carter's, so Dr. Carter, his program starts at 3, right? Tomorrow?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't know if Nathan's gonna do it at 3 since he's
I know,
doing the Zoom call.
I'm gonna call
Okay.
Dr. Carter and see, because that's time that we could use if he's not going to be there. If not, I'll just ask him to shorten it and let us get on with this, because, we need to get on with this.
Well, it's not tomorrow. It's the 13th for this.
No,
You're talking about the live?
I'm talking about getting getting the information together and bringing people who are interested in doing something
Um,
for October 13th. So we got to
oh,
move on October 13th. So I'm just thinking about what we can do for October 13th.
So for October 13th, we just need 8 people. 8 people can be on the live, but it's going to broadcast everywhere. So whoever we want to speak, to be there speaking to this celebration, those are the people that'll be on the live. 8 people.
Okay, so can we maybe between today and tomorrow, see if you can at least talk to those people and say you got 8 people, or you got 6, or who you have, whoever you have by 3 o'clock tomorrow. We just want to report that so we can be moving and know whatever else we need, because somebody it's on the line may come up with a great another person. I think it would be great if I were on there, if somebody else were on there. So we just want to get it started by tomorrow. We already got 3 or 4 people who are probably right on this line who.
Right. We already got 3 or 4 right now.
Right. So if we just put that out there tomorrow.
And you know what? It might be 10 people. It's 8 channels you can be on, but it's 10 people. So 10, you can have up to 10 people on the platform, like all at one time. So
Okay,
it's 10.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. By tomorrow, it'll be a little bit tighter, and you can, say whatever you want to say and see whatever else we need for that. All right. Any other comments on this? So now our project for now is October 13th. We're going to do that project first. That's our ad. All right, Dr. Shepard, you're on.
really quickly, I mentioned something very vague before, but I want to apply this that I learned from the school, Dade County. Is we need to create sort of like, okay, we're looking for members all the time, but we need to create something that if people don't want to be directly involved or elusive or that's
Right.
probably, we create something Friends of Black Wall Street, like a fan club.
Okay.
It's Friends of Black Wall Street, they white, Black, Jewish, whatever. They don't have to. They could be anonymously supporting us, or up front, or also including that a memorial. This is in behalf of my granny, Auntie May, Auntie Julia.
Mm-hmm.
This is a memorial. They could do a one-time, monthly, but we should create something called Friends of Black Wall Street and have that as an additional source of revenue or support.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you want subscriptions? That's what you mean, subscriptions?
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead.
And then have like a little detail about Oklahoma and Green Street and how this Black Wall Street started, because we got to break away. And this is what I kept telling Dr. Carter, and I don't know if he understood me at times. We got to get away from the fact that when we say Black Wall Street, we have to be careful, and we have to put some kind of a additional subtitle or information, because there's so many of them throughout the United States. When I used to talk about it, they were talking about this one in Chicago, this one in Maine. And then what happened when you send and somebody's going to send, they just send to whatever, they just see Black and they send, it could be going.
Absolutely. I think Dr. Carter came up with global Black Wall Street USA. So we have to figure out how we use that word global, because that puts us out there, ahead of this state and that state.
We have to have something right. Because listen, when I go to Atlanta, you know how many Black Wall Street programs there are. When I go to
here too.
Like, and which one are you? And I'm like, huh? And that's how I started reading.
And some of them don't have a very good reputation either. So we
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that's not even connected to Black Wall Street USA.
Right.
So when people contribute or want to donate, we don't want a deterioration or misconception. We want some kind of image there and say, hey, make sure that you see this logo, our official logo, or make sure that we put.
Where it says global.
that they can identify and not be misconstrued. Because guess what? They'll come back to us to give them their tax write-off if they give certain, and we're gonna say, what, when? Oh, yes, we did. And tell us we deceived them. No. So be mindful about that, please.
Right. Yeah. So we need to put the word global, I guess, on there twice. Global, they can look it up global, or they can look it up Black Wall Street.
With the logo.
It's your month global at the end, you know, a hyphen and or subtitle global, a global spiritual movement or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think we're the only ones who are bearing witness that it's a spiritual movement. It's not just, you know, somebody trying to make some money or something.
Right.
Yeah, and some letterheads have, you know, at the bottom, they have all the names that are associated with the organization. So getting some type of print of is Black Wall Street, Chicago, Detroit, you know, and that way they can read the list of these are the ones that's official to Black Wall Street USA. They have to have some kind of documentation that they can go and check that.
Yeah.
And so maybe,
go ahead.
and
Yeah,
maybe definitely having Dr.
501c3, that you
Yeah.
at the bottom you should always have a disclaimer with the copyright and the 501c3 there, so people can compare, because they'll go to the IRS and then you got to understand, are is this agency, is this nonprofit registered with you know, navigators, and registered with this agency, all the agencies that provide. Somebody should be focused on making sure that the compliance is there of being registered with all these agencies that help provide funding or bring sponsors to you. But that's how people do cross references. And also, very important, I was trying to do it in the state of Florida. Are we registered with the Department of Agriculture? Are we registered to an agency that if somebody wants to know if it's really us, they can look up in the state and identify with that?
Yeah, that's
and
good.
And the letterhead, you know, usually for starters, the letterhead does have like the regional directors. You know, so
Yes.
you just list the regional directors on the side, you know, the director, the regional directors, and we don't want to put a lot on there, but just some of those names would help. So we need to get that firmed up. You know, is you ain't the regional director? Are you working? You know, we haven't heard from you. So
Yeah.
I'll try to call some of these directors and see if they're still at it. Does anyone else have any other suggestions? Any other reports? Anything else you think we're missing? And when it comes to the food, let me just say this while you're thinking about it. When it comes to the food, we also have Miss Wilkins, what was the name? Barine Hobbs Wilkins, who wrote Hot Water Cornbread, the quick meals. She was interested in helping with the food. She is actually retired and she's not trying to lift a whole lot of pots and all that kind of stuff, but you know, she has the skills for this. So we definitely, and actually for people who might want to work with the food, we also have a crash course, a course that one of our Lutheran churches does every year. And I could check with them to see if they have a course, because you want everybody dealing with the food to have some kind of certification, that they know what to do and what not to do with our food. Because times the situation's getting worse and worse every day. So we really do have to be careful. Did someone else wanted to add something? Was that you, Dr. Schufert? Somebody want to make an addition?
As far as the food, one thing I'm going to explain to you that is needed, and usually they ask for it, even though sometimes they bring their own people. We must have at least 1 to 2 people that are certified, with to drive forklift. They're always going to request us. So be mindful that when you're doing any food distribution, you must have at least, sometimes you can get a company that has a warehouse that has forklift, and they can sponsor the forklift, and they may not sponsor their driver because it's an employee, but if you have somebody that's certified, then they'll sponsor the machine, they'll bring it, or we pick it up, and then our people move it. So make sure that in every group of Black Wall Street, there's always 1 or 2 people, man or woman, take a quick course online and be certified to drive a forklift.
Okay, that's great. I just want everybody, I want the food handlers that, we have a course they can take, I think it takes about an hour to do it. And in Tulsa, and we could plan that too. You just want to
It's
make
full
sure,
hand. Yeah,
no,
good.
food handlers, yeah. I wanted to announce, any other announcements? I wanted to make an announcement about something. I'm trying to remember the name of the thing. For our, for the packet that we want to share with the people. I think it was, it's not coming to me, but anyway, in this, it's something that's on, I think it's on chat, GPT, Eat Okra. Oh, I know what it was. We were talking about making up a green book, but there's already one already circulating. It's called Green Book Global, which means, and it's similar to what we just said about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street Global would put us different from everybody else. So the Green Book Global, because there are a couple of Green Books, but Green Book Global tells you it's different, and it deals with how to travel safely around the United States and other places, but basically the United States, especially the South. That's one of the things on chat GPT. So we need to and they're open because this is all Black stuff. So we need to, like, there just was a hanging like last week. Somebody disappeared, a truck, they're targeting truck drivers now. Somebody's husband disappeared last week. These towns that this is happening in need to be a part of this Green Book Global, and you can certainly send it into them. So I'll try to have that tomorrow. That's one of the things this chat GPT has. It also has something called Eat Okra, Eat Okra, businesses that are made from the truck to the cafes. So if you have a food business, you could just add it into Eat Okra. Also, and I'll try to put it out there, the news feed out there that it was on, so you all can sharpen up your businesses and get them on also. They also have one called Alchemy Our Way. But it's spelled ALKEME instead of CHEMY. And this deals with mental health and a lot of our herbs and things that are used because as you know, our bodies don't even respond to certain medications like some people's bodies do. Matter of fact, everybody's body is different. So that would be a nice one to know. There's also one called Goal Setter, where it teaches you about wealth building, and it even has a real debit card in it, teaching young people through quizzes and things how to save their money. And you know how young people need that one. So we definitely want to segue into that one. And then there's one called Spill. It's a digital program, and it has a lot to do with just the social living and things that are going on in the communities of the diaspora. So we want to be a part of that. So I'll try to, my limited skills, but I'll try to get that out there so we can work, so everyone will know. And the business that you presently have, you can just, include it in this list. Did Dr. Little come back yet? Or is she back out? Okay, she's not on yet. I also wanted to announce that we have a couple of sick and shut-in people. One of them is Augusta Turner, who will not, and that she's in Missouri, and her day is Thursday at noon. However, she did announce that she would not be, she's gonna shut down for Missouri until November the 1st. And I think it would be great for us to do a lot of committee stuff, and not try to deal with the public right now for the rest of October myself.
Mother Raheemah,
Yes.
she is out of Louisiana. She
Thank you for the
Miss
correction.
Augusta, she's out of Louisiana.
Thank you for the correction. Please don't let me put out information that's not right. People be living in Louisiana looking
But
for.
the team, we back up each other.
That's right, absolutely. And I do not get offended when I get corrected, so please correct me. So Augusta Turner is shut down. Her program is usually on Thursday noon. She's shut down until November. Sister Ethel Kane Russell just got home from the hospital recovering from a toe amputation. She's diabetic, so we need to, also keep her in our prayers. And we need in every one of these groups, just like with Mr. Lawrence Freeman, he is not here. Well, who is his assistant? Thank God we have Miss Lovelace on. I think she's she's backing up 2 states, right, Miss Lovelace?
Yes, ma'am. It's Miss Wilkins. She is out of Augusta. She's not a vice president, but she is a administrator, and she has been sick. So I've been in touch with her and reaching out to her, sending her cards, and just checking on her often. So
Okay, she's from out of Augusta. You said she's from out of
Augusta, yes, yes,
She's from
ma'am.
out of
She's out of
Augusta.
Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, so Augusta, Miss Turner's name gets me kind of mixed up. Okay, now I've forgotten who's in charge. Who's the director in Augusta?
Miss Turner.
My phone's dying.
Okay, wait a minute. No, Augusta Turner is in Louisiana, right? You said
She's the state director.
state director for Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I need to get in touch with the state director for Mississippi. I've forgotten her name, but she was on last week.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. Just one moment.
Because I need to give her a call because we need to have, there should be a director and an assistant director because we are very busy people and stuff happens. Last week, I couldn't get on anybody's call because shutting down one phone, the 539, so don't even try to call it. And this one wasn't working. My cell phone didn't work for 2 days. So, and I couldn't even call and tell anybody it wasn't working. Matter of fact, I was in flight. So I couldn't do anything, but there needs to be somebody in every one of these states to back us up. So Dr. Schubert, scrounge around and find who's going to be backing you up. And everyone on this call, if you are a director or a regional director, you should have a backup. So that's one of the things I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. And I'm doing all this fussing and I don't have a backup, but I have a backup for the next 2 weeks anyway, because I'll be with my daughter. She can help me out with this stuff. They got me all on. I had so much junk on my car, like nobody could.
I'll send it to you, Miss Mother Raheemah.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Sounds great. Okay, so announcement. So we have, and then another thing, these people who are sick, we can pick up the phone and send them a get well card. Well, most of you can, I can't, but I get them. I'll just steal somebody else's. They sent me one and send it to these people. But we need to let them know that they're in our prayers. We care about them and what they do. So, I mean, if people feel like, oh, they don't even miss me, I'm not even gonna bother to call. No, you can't do that. We have got to at least send them a message to let them know we're thinking of them. So if you can send any of these 3 people a call, we would appreciate it. And if somebody can just put it out there for everybody, you all know how to tap on this and get the person's phone number, tap on the phone number and just send it to them, please, because we want to act like family. And nothing will make the family is the foundation of anything that is being developed. So we have to be family conscious, family aware, family oriented, and have a family mindset. And the other thing, as far as the family goes, do I want to add? Okay, any other comments?
Nope,
All right.
that's it.
All right, we're at the top of the hour, and Is
I'm
Dr.
on now. Yes, I'm where I can talk now before the
Good,
next one. I'm jumping in another one. I got two more
good.
after this one.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. What do you need?
We just need you to introduce yourself. Tell us what you're working on, right, as it pertains to Black Wall Street USA or the Trail of Tears. I guess you heard that we're concentrating now on getting the word out through Indigenous Peoples Day, which is October the 13th. So, and then we will segue into hopefully Dr. Carter's meeting tomorrow to share whatever we have about October 13th, because that's like right around the corner. It's like a week away, just a little over a week away. So we just
Okay.
want you to tell us who you are and whatever else you want to share with us.
Okay. I'm Dr. Janice Little, State Director for Black Wall Street, Texas, and the founder and manager of Players Properties LLC, which is a real estate holding company that provides short-term and long-term leasing in the Mississippi Delta area. We're currently looking to build a healing resort in Kahoma, Mississippi, and focus on healing family, healing teams, and that's what I'm focused on now, and also providing support to the Trail of Tears tour in Texas. What we're doing, we're going to have a healing vendors event. We came up with a theme for the Trail of Tears as one of the fundraising activities. We will do a healing vendors fair where we have artists, vendors all coming together, focus on healing and educating about the Trail of Tears tour. We're looking to lock in that date on tomorrow. I'll go to secure the facility, and then we'll start promoting that as one of our fundraising activities in Texas. So I'll give an update on that at the next meeting. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
This is Raheem, you're muted.
They might even be looking for an update on that tomorrow so that everybody, who's not on the call will know about that. That's great. That's a good example of something that's actually already set up and ready to go.
Well,
So
we just came up with the idea. We're gonna make it happen though.
right, that's what I'm saying. You're ready to go. You're looking for the building. You're ready to go.
Yes.
Just have ideas in our head. We have nothing on paper. You got to at least have something on paper. That's why Miss Lovelace wrote those 8 steps for building a business, a spiritual based business. So we thank you for that. Did anyone else want to add anything before we close? Okay. I will just say, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. Amen and good night. Thank you.
And
Dr. Little, I chose it to record in the cloud. So is that going to record on your computer or mine?
Well, it may be on yours, because I'm not on the computer. So we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Okay, then. All right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Peace out.
Mhm.
Mhm.